Charlie was a small brown dog with floppy ears and a heart full of love. He lived with a family, a mother, a father, and a little boy named Tommy. Charlie loved Tommy more than anything in the world. They played together, slept together, and shared every adventure. Charlie thought this happiness would last forever. But one day, everything changed. The family was moving to a new apartment, and the landlord said no pets allowed. Charlie watched as they packed boxes, loaded the car, and prepared to leave. He wagged his tail, waiting for someone to pick him up. Instead, Tommy's father opened the backyard gate and said, "Go on, boy. Go." Charlie didn't understand. He sat there, waiting. Tommy was crying in the car, pressing his little hands against the window, screaming, "Charlie, Charlie." But the car drove away, and Charlie was alone. He waited by that gate for 3 days, refusing to leave, believing his family would come back. They never did. Life on the streets was terrifying for a small dog who had only known love. Charlie didn't know how to find food. He didn't know how to protect himself. Bigger dogs chased him. People shooed him away. Rain soaked his fur, and cold nights made him shiver until morning. But the worst part was the confusion. Charlie kept wondering what he had done wrong. Had he been a bad dog? Had he not loved them enough? He did understand that sometimes humans make choices that have nothing to do with love choices, driven by circumstance, by fear, by weakness. All Charlie knew was that his heart was broken, and the world had become a scary, lonely place. Weeks passed. Charlie grew thin and weak. His beautiful brown fur was matted and dirty. He had almost given up hope when he wandered into a quiet neighborhood and collapsed under a bench in a small park. That's where Eleanor found him. Eleanor was 75 years old, a widow who lived alone in a tiny house nearby. She had lost her husband 2 years ago, and her children lived far away. Loneliness had become her constant companion. She came to this park every day just to feel less alone, watching the birds, feeding the squirrels, remembering happier times. When she saw Charlie trembling, starving, barely alive, her heart broke. "Oh, you poor thing," she whispered, kneeling slowly with her old knees. "What happened to you?" Charlie looked up at her. He was too weak to wag his tail, too broken to trust. But something in her eyes, something warm and kind, made him feel safe. Eleanor took off her scarf and wrapped it around him. Then, with great effort, she carried him home. The first weeks were difficult. Charlie wouldn't eat much. He would flinch when Eleanor moved too quickly. He slept by the door, as if waiting for his old family to come find him. Eleanor understood. She didn't push him. She just loved him, quietly leaving food nearby, speaking softly, giving him space. "I know someone hurt you," she would say. "I know you're scared, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait as long as it takes." Slowly, something changed. Charlie started eating more. He stopped, flinching. One night, instead of sleeping by the door, he curled up at the foot of Eleanor's bed. She cried happy tears that night. And then came the morning that changed everything. Eleanor woke up to find Charlie's head on her lap, his tail wagging softly. He looked at her with those big brown eyes, and she saw it: trust, love, hope reborn. "There you are," she whispered, stroking his fur. "There's my good boy." Charlie and Eleanor became inseparable. She talked to him constantly about her husband, about her children, about her fears of growing old, alone. Charlie listened to every word, his head tilted, his eyes full of understanding. He couldn't answer with words, but his presence said everything. "You are not alone. I am here. I love you." And Charlie healed too. With every belly rub, every treat, every warm night by the fireplace, the wounds of abandonment slowly closed. He learned that being left behind once didn't mean he was unlovable. He learned that hearts can break and mend and grow even stronger. The neighbors noticed the change in Eleanor. She smiled more. She laughed more. She started baking again, sharing cookies with everyone who visited. "It's because of Charlie," she would say. "He saved my life." But the truth was, they saved each other. Years passed, beautiful, peaceful years. Charlie grew old with Eleanor. His muzzle turned gray, his steps grew slower, but his love never faded. On Charlie's last day, Eleanor held him in her arms, tears streaming down her face. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you for finding me. Thank you for teaching me that it's never too late to love again." Charlie licked her hand one final time, his tail giving a weak but happy wag. And then he closed his eyes, at peace, knowing he was loved. Eleanor buried him in the garden, under the rose bushes, where the sun always shone warmest. She visited that spot every day, talking to him, telling him about her day. Because she knew in her heart that love doesn't end with death. Charlie had taught her that. And somewhere, beyond the stars, a little brown dog with floppy ears was running through endless fields, whole and happy, waiting for the day they would meet again. This story teaches us that it's never too late to find love, and it's never too late to heal. The ones who have been hurt the most often have the greatest love to give. If you've ever felt lost or broken, remember Charlie and Eleanor, and know that your new beginning might be just around the corner. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more content that inspires and uplifts. We'll see you in the next one.